IGN is given the game and they play the game. They play the game. They give the game. They got the game early. There's a market with Shadow Sonic for you to purchase it early. And if you purchase it early for the early access, right? Now, IGN decides that they are going to give the Shadow Sonic game. And for what I see from the Shadow Hub world, is pretty awesome. It's pretty good looking. It's pretty good looking. But they decide that they want to rank this game a 9 out of 10, right? Okay. So we always talk about IGN, not just because of IGN. We talk about IGN as the game GameSpot, all the interviews, the reviews that come out, right? Because there's a lot of reviews that come out, but that's why we talk about them, right? So they decide that this game has to be put at a 9 out of 10, right? Now, when this game is seen and played, right? If this is a 10 out of 10 game, very possible to be, if they put enough work into this, because Sonic Lost World, that's a lot they have to compete with. They have a lot to compete with Sonic Adventure series. They have a lot to compete with Sonic and the Secret Rings, right? So they have huge expectations, right? But this year has sucked. That's what I mean. This year has sucked for video gamers, man. This year has sucked for video gamers. It's been sucky. The early access is already not a favored thing for a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Sonic the Hedgehog game is normally like a fun atmosphere. And even the Sonic the Hedgehog fans, they don't know how to rank the Sonic the Hedgehog series itself. So when they make a top tier list and they decide they want to get on the computer and make a list of it, they don't even do that right. So now that's what I'm trying to say. You have people that are paid to write reviews behind video games, right? But this is the challenge they put themselves in, okay? Sonic Forces was short, okay? Sonic Lost World was only short because you're good at it, right? But Sonic Forces was short. If this game can capture, right? If Sonic and Shadow can capture any bit of what Sonic Colors was, because Sonic Colors is a very, very, very fun game. If it captures any of that, you're easily looking at a 10 out of 10 game. See what I'm saying? You're easily looking at a game that's really good. The thing about Sonic games that's crazy about them is they come like at the random times, right? They come at these random times. And it was really crazy. There was a time they had Kirby's Epic Yarn, which Kirby's Epic Yarn is an awesome game. And then they had Sonic Colors come out. And Sonic Colors was a big surprise. I was like, wow, that was surprising, And looking back at Sonic Lost World, oh my gosh, if you go back and you play Sonic Lost World and you look at it, it's so fun. And there's 2 different ways to play it. But let's try and talk about. See what I'm saying? Let's try and talk. Let's actually have a discussion about this, okay? So from what I've seen, with what footage I've seen from this game, right, is that this footage of this game is good. It's looking good, right? I don't think you should go by my opinion, that's why I always feel with IGN, is IGN's trying to go around my opinion. But Chow Garden, when it comes to the Sonic the Hedgehog series, is one of the most desired things of all time for anybody that plays Sonic the Hedgehog. They just want some Chow Garden, It's kind of like a nice little farming system. So that's kind of why we want Chow Garden. But that's the thing about IGN. They just don't get it. I'm a different kind of guy, I'm just like, hello. Oh man, it never changes. It never goes over time. this blank screen video, this video is completely blank screen, but I'm telling you with my words that I don't like it. I don't like all the reviews by IGN. You see what I'm saying? All their scale reviews. I don't like all the purchases that have been made in 2024, right? And sometimes, even though I do very good things for the video games, like, slow my roll. So you see what I'm saying? I got to slow my roll too, just because I'm doing good in what I'm doing. I slow my roll, right? Slow my roll. But the game itself, I'm like, what are you worried about, IGN? You worried about Chow Garden coming back? Like, what are you worried about? Chow Garden has always been, they're worried about Last Story coming back, guys. See what I'm saying? They're worried about Last Story. But Last Story is such a fun game. It's it's refreshing. Last Story is a refreshing game. And Final Fantasy is kind of like a game that, like, when they remade Final Fantasy, you were kind of like, right? But then you're looking at Last Story and you're like, man, I want another Last Story game, because you kind of want those well-designed games, right? If you see any footage of this game and you have any bit of Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic colors, right? If you have any bit of that, you're going to have a fun time playing this game, right? This game's going to be fun. Which is something that Sonic Frontier lacks. Sonic Frontier is still a good game, but it kind of lacks, the personality that Sonic Colors and Sonic Secret Rings had, right? But this is what I mean. What kind of person do you think we are? You're going to say a list of top 25 games, but we don't really have that much, confidence in you. From a professional view, not from opinion views, just a professional view, And Sonic Superstars got a critical review, That's what I'm saying. Sonic Superstars got a critical review. But I'm telling you, if they can't break down the reviews, it will matter. Sonic Adventure, by far, when it comes to many video games, Sonic Adventure is a good game. That is a good video game. That's a video game you need.